Alrighty, team. If you're watching this, the clock just struck midnight, and by midnight, I think I mean noon. And the 2025 March Madness tournament bracket kicks off here in about 15 minutes or so. I said I'd run through, do a quick video where I do my picks. We're doing a bracket challenge on the channel. You watch this as soon as the video drops. I suppose there's time to get in, but you're probably not, so you probably don't have time. Unfortunately, I waited till the 11th hour yet again to film this, similar to when I did the college football bracket, which you may remember I had Ohio State winning it. Don't have to worry about that this year. I'm not going to talk about Ohio State basketball much. I'm not going to talk about how terrible we are. So, we have Xavier and Texas playing right now. Somewhat close game with 13 minutes still to go. I may pick Texas to make a run, so we'll see how this game goes. Nonetheless, gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible, just make my picks. I'll try to make some jokes along the way. Don't know much about college basketball this year. I haven't really watched it much, so I apologize. We're just gonna see what we can do kind of as we go. I have last year's bracket pulled up as well to give me some inspiration for what these teams did last year, some of them at least. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, I'm using some dynamic filter to make it the dark mode. Reason being is ESPN doesn't have the option to my knowledge, and I'm just not trying to burn your retinas off if I can avoid it. So if it looks a little bit wonky, I apologize. It did take some of the names off earlier. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully the team names and logos stay up, but we'll see what happens. And I think without further ado, we're ready to get this thing rocking and rolling, I suppose. So I didn't mean to pick Auburn out of the gate. I couldn't undo it so that it was a nice clean sheet bracket before we started. I was going to take Auburn anyways. I'm pretty sure their average age is somewhere in the ballpark of like 24, 25. They're older than like 4 NBA teams, including the Oklahoma City Thunder. So we're going to go with experience. I think Auburn has a chance to win it all. Obviously being the 1 seed. I think 1 seed overall, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know between Louisville and Creighton. I have no idea. All I know is a lot of people were mad that Clemson got the 5 seed and a better seed over Louisville because I guess they beat them twice. I have no idea. I'm going to go with Creighton Blue Jays strictly because of Dougie McBuckets, because why not? We'll go with Michigan down here, which burns me to say it, but I've made a lot of money on them in the past. We're going to go with an upset here at this one. We're going to take Yale to beat Texas A&M. I have no reason for this other than I remember, I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't Princeton beat, who were they? Oh, I was going to say Arizona. When did Princeton make some noise? I don't know. That must have been 2 years ago. What do I know? All right, well, did Creighton win last year? Yep, Creighton did win last year. Experience coming back, we'll take it. But, of note, Yale did meet Auburn last year and beat Auburn, I might add. So that could be an interesting round 2 matchup, assuming they make it. Anyways, I'm already can tell I'm going to have to go make too many edits to this video. So mad at myself. Work ran long today, so we're just kind of going to burn through this. I didn't mean to do it this late, but I'm not going to do it in the morning. North Carolina looked good. What was that against San Diego State last night? Let's go with the Tar Heels. Why not? Now we come across my first bracket buster, being Iowa State. They always do the opposite of whatever I pick. Nonetheless, I do think they have a pretty good team this year. I think they've had some marquee wins as well, if I'm not mistaken. Marquette and New Mexico. I have no idea. Maybe we'll just see who scores more points per game, which would be New Mexico. Why not? Oh, yeah, and they got a 20-point per game score. Those are bracket busters right there. We're going with the, what is it, Lobos, I think? And then we'll go with Michigan State. I do think Tom Izzo's overrated. I don't know when I'm going to have Michigan State losing, but I can tell you right now, not going to have them winning at all. We'll go with Florida up top. I'm not going to pick a 16 to beat a 1 seed because that's nuts. We'll go with UConn strictly because of Danny Hurley. Well, I am in Colorado, so I'm inclined to pick Colorado State. Oh, we got a 21 point per game, almost 22 point per game scorer in PJ Haggerty, so I'm probably going to go with him. I might get crazy in that. Oh, wait, no. They won't play UConn next. Let's see points per game. I like 80. I'll take 80. They're more battle-tested against top 10 teams. They're 3-1. Memphis it is. Now, I don't know anything about Maryland this year. I only really watched Ohio State basketball, which just made me fucking depressed. So I'm not even gonna talk much about the Big Ten. I think SEC's best conference. They got like 12 teams in or something like that. So I will say this much: Grand Canyon, which I'm pretty sure is in Utah for obvious reasons, their home arena gets fucking electric. So I'm gonna take. I don't even know what they are. I think they're like the Antelopes or something like that. I don't know if we can see it. Oh, that's for this matchup. Never mind. Yeah, whatever. We'll go with Grand Canyon. I think they're the Antelopes. Again, I have no idea. I know nothing about Missouri. I know nothing about Drake, although Drake almost has a 20-point per game scorer. Let's see how Missouri did. Lost to Auburn. I can't see the scores because the dynamic filter, but it is what it is. They did beat Florida. Good enough for me. We'll take Missouri because why not? Texas Tech, I think, is a pretty good team this year. Let's see. We got Kansas, Arkansas. I'm going to go with... what's the coach's name? Jeez. Calipari. There it is. St. John's is going to be my dark horse. Now, originally, I was pretty gun-ho. I was going to pick St. John's to win it all, strictly because I watched a highlight of one of their games. So I've seen them play for about 15 seconds this entire year, but it was elite team defense. I think it's going to serve them well. So we'll go with St. John's there. How do you guys like to fill out your brackets? I usually do first round, I guess, counterclockwise. Well, I guess kind of. I do left side and then the right side, top to bottom. Let's see here. Mississippi State, Baylor. I know nothing about these teams. Literally nothing. I think Josh Hubbard, I could see him getting it done for me this year, though. They didn't really beat any of the better teams. They kind of lost to all of them, but who did Baylor beat? Kansas, who's not that good this year. Yeah, let's go with the Bulldogs of Mississippi State because why not? We'll go with Oregon over Liberty. I think Oregon actually is a decent team this year, despite being a 5 seed. My second bracket buster being Arizona. They always do the opposite of whatever I pick. Whatever. We'll see if they can beat the Zips of Akron. I like BYU, strictly because they're just a funny team. Me and my boy back home, we call them the Milkies, just because it's all a bunch of pasty-ass white guys that are somehow good at basketball. Still beyond me. Now, I could get dubious with this upset pick here. Oh, boy. I did watch one because I bet on one Montana game, and Money Williams ruined my life, ruined my bet in that game. So I'm not going to take the Grizzlies of Montana or whatever they are. I know nothing about St. Mary's or Vanderbilt. I know Vanderbilt's more battle-tested, I suppose. St. Mary's did beat Gonzaga twice this year. Yeah, we'll go with Vanderbilt. More battle-tested. Could be SEC bias for all I know. And then we'll go. I'm not going to pick a 15-2 upset either, so speaks for itself. Do we want the Bulldogs of Georgia or the Bulldogs of Gonzaga? I don't know. Gonzaga plays in a pretty trash conference, I suppose. Whatever. Their tournament experience. I think they still have Mark Few as their coach, so we'll go with them. I don't know. He could not even be the coach. The Fighting Dabo Sweeneys of Clemson here, taking on McNeese State. Who knows? Why not? We'll go with Clemson just because your guess is as good as mine. Now, High Point, I saw a funny clip of some white dude hit like a 3, then he was like mean mugging the camera. But he's not Trey Kaufman Wren, so we might go with them strictly for that reason. And if I'm not mistaken, Purdue made it to the championship last year. They got slapped by whoever it was. Now, I kind of like Texas to beat Illinois. The problem is that this game's not over yet. Texas is up 8 with 12 minutes to go. So we'll see. We may have to come back to this one if Xavier wins. I'll probably pick Illinois over Xavier, but Texas over Illinois. Do the math. We'll go with Kentucky. Why not? I don't know if I love UCLA this year. Yeah, their top scorers, 13, 14 points a game. They did beat Arizona, though, and Michigan State, which are good wins. I don't know. Whatever. We'll go with Utah State because why not? I like Tennessee. I think Tennessee's got a good team this year as well. SEC is good. Like I said, could be ESPN bias, but I'm buying stock. Auburn, too old, too experienced. Those guys are applying for their AARPs, so we'll take Auburn. Let's get a little wacky with it, huh? Let's take a Yale-Auburn rematch. I think I had this up earlier, but I'll show it off again. Right there. Auburn wants that revenge after Yale beat them last year, so I have no idea if Yale returned their starters or not, but no, this is a tough choice. Part of me wants to go with North Carolina to beat Iowa State. Let's go Iowa State, and then we're gonna go with New Mexico. Or are we? Either way, I think I'm gonna have Iowa State. This is a tough quadrant right here. Yeah, let's go with Michigan State, and we'll probably pick Iowa State in that one, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. All right, let's get rogue here. Let's go UConn, the Fighting Dan Hurleys, and let's go Memphis, because why not? We'll go with maybe Texas Tech. Would have been nice if they would have played this year. Not that that means everything, but I mean, Missouri's filling it up, though. I guess Texas Tech does kind of suck against the top 25 compared to Missouri. Again, I just don't know how much stock you can really put into that, so yeah, whatever. We'll get crazy with it. Let's go. We'll say St. John's because of their team defense, and then we'll go with the Missouri Tigers as well. Duke, we're going to take. Oregon, we're going to take because Arizona could lose in that first matchup to Akron and ruin my fucking bracket, so I'll just take, again, so I'll just take them because why not? Let's go with the Fighting Milkies against the Fighting Badgers. I'm inclined to say Alabama here. Let's see. Points per game. Oh, yeah, they're dropping 91 a night in the SEC. Bama it is. We'll go with Houston here. I know nothing about them, although I always feel like they're always overrated in the tournament almost every year. They make it to the Final Four last year? They didn't. I wonder where they lost last year. You know they were highly rated because they always are. Okay, they lost to Duke and what's that? The Elite 8, Sweet 16. I think it's the Elite 8. 2, 3, 5, 6. I think it's the Sweet 16. Either way, they lost to Duke last year. Who cares about them? So, oh, this is a tough one. Clemson and Purdue. We're gonna say, I don't hate Clemson actually. Yeah, I've seen enough. Clemson it is. Boy, I'm gonna have trouble picking Houston to get past the Sweet 16 though. Now, here's the thing, if Texas wins, I might go rogue, have Texas beat Kentucky here. Again, we may have to come back to this, although there's 10 minutes left. I guess I have time to change it. I'm not gonna make a new video. So I guess at the time you're watching this, I may go back and change it if Xavier wins. Texas is now up 7 with 10 minutes to go. I think this game's going incredibly slow. We'll take Tennessee. I'm gonna take Tennessee to win that next matchup anyways, so we will say Auburn gets their revenge against the nerds of Yale. I think those are the Bulldogs. We'll say Iowa State just because I'm never buying Michigan State's stock. I feel like Izzo, like I said, is kind of overrated, but it's like he makes the tournament every year, so everyone just finds him to be like super elite. I think Dan Hurley's luck runs out here in the Sweet 16. And then we'll take St. John's yet again. We'll take Tennessee to beat Kentucky, possibly Texas. And then let's get a little wacky here. We'll go with Clemson here. Boom. We will take Bama to beat the Milkies. We will take Duke to beat the Ducks. We'll take Auburn to beat the Cyclones. We'll take Duke to beat Bama. Oh boy, we're just going with all the top seeds on the top side of this. That's all right. We get a little crazy down here. We'll go with St. John's, and then we'll go with Tennessee. Sorry, this isn't a fun bracket. I'm just realizing that now. We got 1-2, 1-2. Team defense beats all. I think John Wooden said that or something. I really don't know. We'll say Duke versus St. John's. We'll take St. John's, and we'll say they win 75-70, which puts us at 145. Boom. That is... How do I submit this? Oh, here we go. Boom. That's a bracket. There's our final four. Auburn, St. John's, Duke, and Tennessee. Again, not that fun of a bracket. I really didn't go that crazy. I don't know anything about any of the teams, though. I mean, I guess, who was that Golke guy last year for, like, Oakland, Michigan? Just absolutely popped off. I'm sure I'm going to miss on all of my upset picks and miss on all of, like, my... Well, there's no way this team could lose in the first round. So, but that's what makes the tournament fun. We are officially in. We're officially submitted. Like I said, we are doing one just kind of like a VTice bracket challenge. I don't know how to get out of this. So yeah, there you go. There's the bracket as promised. I'll post this tomorrow around noon. Sorry I kind of rushed through it. I strictly just want to go to bed. It's already past 9 o'clock. Your boy hasn't eaten yet, so we'll see what happens. Hey, hopefully I can at least get the champion right. Similar to some might say picking Ohio State to win this year's playoff bracket, but what do I know, right? Cool, yeah. Well, good luck in everyone's brackets. I wish you the best. And yeah, I'm excited. This is the best time of year. I love watching the tournament. I'm a little bit busy tomorrow, but I have the better part of Friday and then the weekend off. So I'm just kind of saving it for watching March Madness, which is always fun. So fun fact, I'll leave you with this. You know, it's like the most popular weekend / day is like today or tomorrow for men to get vasectomies. That way they can just do nothing but like ice their balls and watch March Madness. So, okay, with that being said, good luck in your brackets. Good luck, everybody. And we'll see you in the next one. We'll probably see you when we're live next. So, all right, later, y'all.